I've got to come to you first, Sean Daly. What do you make of this?
Look, I have some experience of being bald, and I have a niece who regularly says to me, "You're very bald, Uncle Sean." And I am.
But it's a compliment. It looks great on you.
Yeah, it does.
It's not a protective factor.
Can't even imagine you with hair.
I look terrible with hair. Take one off. I went bald when I was 22. My hairline was back here. My sister said, "Who are we kidding with that hairline?" And
Just take it off.
And you've never looked back. But you've never looked back.
No, and look, the point is this, right? We need to be very careful about protective factors and all the rest of that, because it becomes serious in law. You know, what I think is the issue in this case, if he's in an intimidating environment and his swear words traded, that's slightly different. But to focus on baldness in order to up his claims he could say it's sexual harassment is simply...
Well, it's the fact that it's protected discrimination. Yeah. I mean, Amy Nicole, this is madness, isn't it?
Like, I actually don't think it is, because it's something he's not in control of. It's an immutable characteristic. He can't help that he is bald. Thus, I think there is grounds for discrimination, because you're directing...
He wasn't treated like that because he was bald, though.
Yeah.
I think this is a classic example of someone just gaming the system.
Yeah.
He knows that, you know, everyone's woke nowadays and everyone's feelings get hurt over the smallest thing, and he's just trying
But
to
I do think that it opens up...
more power to him.
But don't we belittle cases of real discrimination,
You know what?
Amy? If we start saying, oh, you're bald, that's discrimination. What do we discriminate against overweight people next? Discriminate against people with different colour eyes that have skin issues? Yeah, with glasses, exactly. Is calling someone a four-eyes freak is an example of discrimination.
Yes, they can't help it.
And by the way, I wear glasses, so that's why I'm saying that, because I've been called it a lot.
We laugh when we joke, but if I was disabled, how is my baldness anything like?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's not.
It trivialises
exactly. Someone in a wheelchair, someone who's lost their leg.
You don't have to compare.
Cases of discrimination.
You don't have to compare, but the fact is, you are follically challenged, and it's something that you can't change.
Okay, Amy. What about women whose hair goes grey?
It actually opens up a wider debate, in my opinion.
What about ginger people?
About the fact that we still think it's okay to insult people because they are bald. It's one of the last remaining things, along with being overweight, that is socially acceptable to point out.
Or being ginger, people do that.
But this isn't about social. This isn't about what's socially acceptable. It's not socially acceptable to be horrible to anyone, right? That's something people do, and we get into it. This is about a legal judgment. There's people sat in the office now thinking, I'm going to pull one on a company now because I'm bald. It's ridiculous.
Watch out for anyone who makes a bald joke.
Exactly. And I think that is the point, Amy. No one is saying it's acceptable to put anyone down based on their characteristics. But the problem is, this woke madness is starting to creep into our justice system. Can you not understand that employers are just terrified now to do anything? Because, honestly, I know from having been in companies that you have to worry much, much more about...
Calling people a four-eyes freak?
No, about particular sorts of people you have to worry more about when it comes to HR. So we're now going to add bald people to the list. Everyone should be treated equally.
But unfortunately, most men do go bald at some stage, and it's still a situation where a lot of people resent it and they try and fight it. I think it's like the equivalent for men of women ageing. We should be allowed to do those things gracefully and it not be stigmatised.
Let's have that conversation. That's absolutely fine. I'm happy to have that conversation, Dominique. I'm not happy for it to be made official discrimination.
Exactly, and it's just another way to police our language and to police our behaviour and to criminalise and micromanage human interaction.
Yes.
Sean's very lucky as a bald man to look so amazing, but generally... People who bald all in the middle, they don't look that great, and that's why people take the mick out of it. That's why people take the mick out of, people who are obese, because it doesn't look great, and that's just part of being human. It's humour.
What you said there to me is a very big problem. Because
what? Being bald doesn't look great. You've got a hole on your head with hair there, and obese people don't look great. What is wrong with saying that?
In your opinion.
They just don't. Objectively, no one wants to be
But that's part of the point.
Massive.
You're removing people's opinion. You're putting stakes in the ground in our legal system that people just game and take advantage of. And you're actually making a big deal out of something that's not a big deal.
It's quite
if somebody feels bad about being bald, being tall, being short, that's a personal thing. It shouldn't arrive in a legal situation.
And by the way, these employment tribunals are a complete scam a lot of the time, because people who want to get one over their company literally look through a whole load of tick boxes and think, am I this, am I this, am I this? So if I'm a woman, I can say that I was sacked because I was a woman. So now it's going to be, if I'm bald, I can say...
Well, now
I've got freckles, I can say.
I was sexually harassed because I'm bald. I mean,
I just hope we don't get to... I really want to get away from this point where men are flying off to Turkey and getting their hair, like, pinned into their head.
That's a choice.
But it shouldn't...
That's a choice.
But it's a choice influenced by society telling us that it's a problem to go bald.
Yeah, but it's not for the legal system.
Are you naturally blonde, Amy?
What?
Are you naturally blonde?
What are you suggesting? Do you know what?
Is that your natural hair colour?
Obviously, society has influenced me to wear makeup today.
Yeah.
It's influenced me to have
Is that your
blonde hair.
natural hair colour?
It kind of. Like, it's not too... What has this got to do with anything?
Because you're just saying that men shouldn't try and give themselves more hair when you clearly dye your own hair.
No,
you're not prepared to go with nature. I'm pointing out your rank hypocrisy. By the way, I think your hair looks absolutely spectacular.
Thank you.